Yes, good evening everyone. Welcome to Lukmaan IAS. This is DTRS session. So daily we are discussing 10 MCQs based on the current affairs of the day. So that's why daily Takkar Rapid Series sessions. Today's lead topic is Haber-Bosch process. It was in news. We'll solve the first MCQ based on this topic, another 9 MCQs based on the 9 relevant topics of the day for our examination. But before that, daily we are also discussing one quotation and that is helping us to prepare for our mains examination. ठीक है, तो मेंस एग्जामिनेशन में जैसे हमारे एसए एथिक्स पेपर है तो वहां पर ये काफी ज्यादा यूजफुल है. टुडेज कोट इज बाय डेस्मंड टुटू. Okay, so Desmond Tutu was basically the South African archbishop who fought for the or against the apartheid system in South Africa, and he won the Nobel Peace Prize also. Okay, so what he is trying to say through this quote: if you want peace, you don't talk to your friends, you talk to your enemies. ठीक है, क्वेश्चन मार्क नहीं आएगा. Your enemies. So yes, a very relevant quote, and we can expect such kind of quote. As we know, at international level there are conflicts, wars going on, and that's why the peace talks are very important, and many times it is emphasized in different forums. So if you want peace, you don't talk to friends, rather you talk to enemies. Yes, very important. War, conflict, you can give the context of recent conflicts and war. Ukraine-Russia war, you can mention the conflict that is going on between Israel and Lebanon, and Israel, and we can say that Hamas, Israel, and now Iran is also involved somehow. So West Asia is facing such conflicts. Even the Western African countries, they are also facing civilian conflict, or we can say that some kind of political crisis. Like Sudan, you can give example. So violence is there. Okay. Violence is going on. There are, let's say, political turmoils in different countries. Like recently we have seen in Bangladesh. So basically, the peace that we need, peace talks, you can give the examples, or we can say that at national level also you can talk about Manipur violence, right? And the hostilities that are going on among the communities, Metis and Cookies. So if you want the peace, okay, you can give the examples. Example of Jammu and Kashmir also. Okay. So if you want the peace, you don't talk to the friends. अगर इंटरनेशनल रिलेशंस में बात करेंगे तो फर्स्ट फ्रेंड्स, जैसे हम बात कर रहे हैं कि लेट्स से यूक्रेन रशिया इज गोइंग ऑन, लेट्स से यूक्रेन इज कंटिन्यूअसली टॉकिंग टू नाटो कंट्रीज, यूएस, एंड लेट्स से यूएस allies for seeking the help and financial help and the military help and all these things. Same is Israel, so all countries are trying to help to Israel. तो ये सारी चीजें जो चल रहा है, तो but rather if you want peace, you should talk to enemies. Why? Because peace requires peace talk, discussion, deliberations among warring parties, not friends. So they should come, sit across the table, they should discuss their terms, they should arrive at common terms so as to have peace. And to arrive at this common term, there is need of some kind of compromise. Okay. There is need of some kind of, let's say, mutual understanding, respect to sovereignty of each other's countries, respect to the peoples, their dignity, mutual respect and trust. This is what we are lacking at present. That's why the violence continues, the conflict continues, and peace is not being established. So we can go on talk like this and give some relevant examples. जो अभी हमने बात की थी at national level, at international level also, you can talk like this. Okay. Now, yes, MIGP program that has started this week from 14th October. So yes, mains intensive guidance program is being very helpful. So many students are taking now the admission in this program, and they are going to benefit a lot. That is for sure. Their 80% of GS and essay preparation will be completed by the end of this December with short notes preparation. So after prelims, they are going to do only answer writing practice. This 2.5 months, they are also going to do the answer writing practice of PYQs. They are going to solve the test also. So it is a rigorous process. And yes, you can avail the concessions also. We have mentioned that you can inquire about it. You can go through the plan of MIGP, which is available Lukmaan IAS website, and you can join it. Okay. Now, yes, we are coming up with very innovative program, especially those who are not able to write essay. ठीक है, तो उनको एक डर है किसी तरीके का एस्से लिखने का, तो उनके लिए ये काफी एक अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म हम क्रिएट करके दे रहे हैं. एस्से ईयर लॉन्ग टेस्ट सीरीज. यू कैन सी दैट capability building classes will be there, content building test will be there, foundation building test, bridge test, and advanced tests. So answer writing along with that classroom teaching. So up till now students were not, let's say, knowing about कि ऐसे के कोई class भी होता है, जरूरी है या नहीं है, but yes, it is important and you can learn thematically certain themes that can be asked in your essay paper. Also how you should structurize, how to approach to the philosophical topics. ये सारी चीजें अंसारी सर खुद आपको एक्सप्लेन करेंगे, एंड दिस इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी हेल्पफुल फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू. सो टोटल 23 टेस्ट इन ऑल यू आर गोइंग टू राइट. सो दिस इज गोइंग टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम 18th of October. यू कैन एनरोल फॉर दिस. सो दीज आर द 10 टॉपिक्स. चलिए इसको सॉल्व करते हैं ये क्वेश्चंस को. पहले क्वेश्चन का आंसर बताइए. यस, दिस Haber-Bosch process was in news. For what reason? There was very good article talking about how this process, novel process, had helped in 20th century to ensure food security all over the world. How? This is basically related to fertilizer production, synthetic cheap fertilizer production. So through this process, basically the hydrogen and we can say that nitrogen, they are heated at high temperature to produce ammonia, NH3. So through this process, the ammonium fertilizers, or we can say nitrogenous fertilizers, they can be produced at very large scale and very cheaply, we can say that. And this is how the high yielding varieties which require high amount of fertilizers as an input. So India's green revolution was based on this. The fertilizer industry, which depends on this particular process, which uses this process. So development of cheap synthetic fertilizers. But their article also mentions about the negative impact on environment for, let's say, excess use of such fertilizers, that like for example the nitrogenous fertilizers that result into surface wash off that goes into the water bodies, that leads to algal blooms and eutrophication phenomenon. ठीक है, तो that leads to death of water bodies. ठीक है, तो जो अल्गल बूम्स आप देख रहे हैं अलग अलग वाटर बॉडीज में, वाटर बॉडीज की क्वालिटी पूरी खराब हो गई है, वाटर पोल्यूशन हो रहा है. So one of the reason is excess use of these fertilizers. Also, it is in long term reducing the soil fertility. Why? Because the farmers are not keeping the land fallow. उनको लग रहा है fertilizer use करके और ज़्यादा grow करता है, yield बढ़ रहा है. But now you can see that the yield is becoming constant. ठीक है, तो अभी वो plateau हो गया है. Why? Because the soil fertility and productivity, it is basically having limit. It needs to be regenerated, right? Rejuvenated, we can say that. So A is the correct answer here. Remember this, it can be asked in the prelims examination. Okay, Kalleshwar temple. So it was in news. The 13th century script was basically let's say script and article was excavated from this Kalleshwar temple in Karnataka, and it is well known, we can say that temple for Chalukyan architecture style. This is correct. However, this is incorrect. The temple is for Lord Shiva, worshipping Lord Shiva. Yes, it is situated on the bank of Krishna river in Karnataka. It is famous for its intricate carving of mythological stories. Now this is incorrect. So most of the, let's say, time students will think that होता है carvings mythological वाला, but यहाँ पर नहीं है. ठीक है, so it is, we can say, kind of exception. So this is incorrect. This one is incorrect. Only two, that is C is the correct answer here. C is the correct answer. ठीक है, Kalleshwar temple. Okay. So yes, 13th century stone inscription discovered in Devanagari district. Okay. Now look at this. T-90 Bhishma tank. So this has been the mainstay of Indian Army since 2003. and it is Russian made. Indian origin नहीं है, Russian made. ठीक है, Russian developed, we can say that. Indian origin नहीं है. Yes, it is developed in collaboration with Russia and India. So ओरिजिन जो है रशिया का है, बाद में उसको हम बोल सकते हैं कि इंडिया में मैन्युफैक्चरिंग और डेवलपमेंट जो हुआ है कोलैबोरेशन के थ्रू किया गया है. So it is incorrect. It is equipped with advanced fire control systems including thermal imaging sights which enable to engage targets both during day and night. This is correct. Now T-90 Bhishma is powered by gas turbine engine similar to US made Abrams tank. So this is incorrect. It is rather fueled by diesel engine. ठीक है, डीजल फ्यूल यूज होता है इसमें, तो दिस इज इनकरेक्ट. सो ओनली टू, अगेन डी इज द करेक्ट आंसर हियर. डी इज द करेक्ट आंसर अबाउट दिस T-90 Bhishma tank. Okay. With reference to Maha EV mission. Okay, so Maha EV mission is basically making we can say that advancement in high impact areas. EV, ठीक है, EV is being promoted in high impact areas. This mission is basically by Anusandhan National Research Foundation, ANRF. Last year through Parliamentary Act this was enacted. This particular body was created under Ministry of Science and Technology. So it is incorrect. Ministry of Power नहीं है. It aims to achieve 100% electric vehicle adoption. ये काफी ज्यादा ambitious है. One can use that logic and eliminate this. 25% है. So this is incorrect. It promotes use of clean hydrogen technology in automotive sector alongside. No, it is not promoting hydrogen technology. Rather, it is focusing on EV battery system and the research and development in that field. Okay, so अनुसंधान है ना, research से related है हम बोल सकते हैं. So all three statements are incorrect, but look at the command. It is talking about the incorrect, and that's why क्या होना चाहिए इसका आंसर? D होना चाहिए, right? 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay. Northern Sea route. Yes. Recently, Russia had proposed that they will train Indian sailors to how to sail in the Northern Sea route, which is having icebergs, or we can say ice in its route. So how to do that? For that, they are proposing that we can train them. So Northern Sea route is in news. And yes, through global warming also, you can see that this Northern Sea route is becoming more and more open for international trade. So on the western side, it is the Kara Sea, north of Russia, we can say. On this side, there is Bering Sea. ठीक है, तो it is connecting Kara Sea and Bering Sea. A is the correct answer. So atlas reading, that should be the daily practice. You can see here, on this side here, there is Kara Sea, and on this side, this is the Bering Sea. ठीक है, this is the Bering Sea. So you can use that logic also. Now similar way a question was asked here in 2016, rebel groups and country. ठीक है, rebel groups and country. तो हमने भी वैसे ही क्वेश्चन यहाँ पर फ्रेम किया हुआ है. बोको हराम लेबनान लिखा हुआ है. दिस इज इनकरेक्ट. कंट्री है, बट यहाँ पे गाजा मेंशन किया है, ऑल्दो इट इज नॉट कंट्री. यहाँ पर जो है हम बोल सकते हैं कि इजराइल या फिर पैलेस्टाइन लिख सकते हैं. सो यस, कंट्री या रीजन ऐसे लिख सकते हैं हम, कंट्री ऑब्लिक रीजन. सो लेबनान नहीं है. बोको हराम नाइजीरिया एंड नियर बाय कंट्रीज वहां पर एक्टिव है. चाड, नाइजर वहां पर. सो दिस इज इनकरेक्ट. हमास, गाजा, दिस इज करेक्ट. हाउदी, येमेन, दिस इज करेक्ट. These two are correctly matched. So what should be the answer? B is the correct. ठीक है, B is the correct answer. The White Book and Human Acts. This year they introduced this thing, the Indian Way, Why Bharat Matters. Who has written this book? Although it is very GK type of question that banking and SSC examination ask in its prelims examination. But UPSC, you never know, it can go back to it's like 10 years back, the way they used to ask questions, or suddenly they will change the trend. So yes, very much in news, Why Bharat Matters, S. Jaishankar. So these books are also in news. Why? Because of Nobel Literature Prize. ठीक है, तो Nobel Prize in Literature, Human Acts, White Book, Han Kang. She is from South Korea. She won the literature global this year Nobel Prize. So C is the correct answer here. C is the correct answer. ठीक है, तो keep a tab on Nobel Prizes, medicine, and we can say that the physics, chemistry, and let's say Peace Prize also. Now Yes, next question. Third missile system. Already UPSC has asked question on third in 2018. You can see what is third, sometimes mentioned in the news. ठीक है, तो basically it is the American anti-missile system. So it was in news at that time. Yes, so we have asked the detailed question. Why? Because America is considering sending these third missile systems to Israel. So it is anti-ballistic missile defense system developed by US. This is correct. Designated or designed as long-range ballistic missile. This is incorrect. Not long-range. Small, medium, and intermediate. Not long range. This is incorrect. It uses high explosive warhead to destroy incoming. Rather, it is hit to kill kind of anti-missile system. Hit to kill, not the high explosive warhead kind of thing. Okay, so this is incorrect. Yes, it has been developed in regions in Asia like South Korea and Middle East also. This is correct. So 1 and 4 is the correct answer here. So C is the correct answer. ठीक है? ऑल राइट, 9th क्वेश्चन. बताइए इसका आंसर क्या होना चाहिए. टर्म बेस्ड क्वेश्चन जब इकोनॉमी में आता है ऐसे, एंकर इन्वेस्टर, इन पास्ट यूपीएससी हैज आस्क्ड टर्म बियर, और अलग अलग हर साल एक टर्म बेस्ड क्वेश्चन आता है इकोनॉमी से. ठीक है, तो एंकर इन्वेस्टर कौन होता है? एंकर इन्वेस्टर, so we know that when the company goes public, so it generally issues initial public offering, but before that also one can invest in that company, and that investor needs to be very large investor, large buyer of shares from shareholding of that company. That is called as anchor investor. So qualified institutional buyer who invest in the public issue of shares before the issue opens for general public, that is IPO. So before IPO itself, the institutional buyer invest in that particular company. So B is the correct answer. Anchor, angel investor different और anchor investor different है. ठीक है. The last question, yes, inter-parliamentary union. So 149th session of this inter-parliamentary union happened in Geneva, which is the headquarter of this body, and our speaker visited there in that particular session. Inter-Parliamentary Union, Geneva is the headquarters, Switzerland. It is a global organization of national parliaments. This is true. And yes, it is financed by its members out of public funds. This is also true, we can say. Both statements are correct. This particular Inter-Parliamentary Union promotes democratic values, peace at world stage. ठीक है, तो they can ask such international organization in prelims examination. ठीक है, तो C is the correct answer about it. इसमें कोई doubt है आपको? ठीक है, so daily follow these sessions, and yes, we are compiling all these MCQs as 200 MCQ magazine. उसको DTRS magazine बोला जाता है, और वो magazine बहुत सारे students all over India they are following it. ठीक है, और वो सिर्फ UPSC prelims का ही नहीं, वो SSC, बैंकिंग और सारे कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम, CAPF, ठीक है, तो IB, सारे prelims के एग्जामिनेशन के लिए, करंट अफेयर्स प्रिपरेशन के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्पफुल है. सो आप ये जरूर ऑर्डर करिए, और यू कैन सब्सक्राइब एनुअली ऑल्सो फॉर दैट.